Hello and welcome to class number 9 of this series of Yin Yoga, where we do less postures, but we stay in them longer, investigating and searching for the juicy part of the asanas so that they can have a bigger effect on us. The class today is all about getting into a meditative state, and let's get started, this time on child pose. So we are going to go to all fours first, to get into child pose and get the knees together and then put the butt over the heels like we've been doing now in all our previous classes. And we come to child pose and we stay here. When we hear the airplanes, we let them go. I'm near Newark, as you know, and Teterboro. We put the head on the floor, forehead on the floor, and we stay here for a few moments to get started and centered. See where the body is today, what level of sensation it can take. Breathing through the nose. Staying here. When thoughts come in and they tell us we have to do something else, we observe them, but we don't get engaged with them. We focus instead on the body. Come back to table pose. And now I'm going to move the legs back so I can come onto plank pose. You can stay on your knees and put your weight between the knees and the palms in front of you, creating a diagonal with the body for a not so hard table pose. Or you can lift the tailbone by standing on the balls of your feet for a plank pose that will give you more sensation. This is so that we can strengthen the body and to later sit on meditation with some strength. Stay here just for a moment and then lower the knees again, because that one is intense. Moving through table pose again, which is all fours. We move the knees toward the edge of the mat and then bring the butt toward the mat for reclined hero. And we do child pose, but this time the legs are wider and we're placing the torso in between the knees. Is a much deeper child pose. And we stay here feeling the sweet hip release of this pose. Here we are addressing any anger that we may have inside so that later on it doesn't interrupt our silent meditation or a meditative state throughout the day. Good, come back to table pose. Get the knees to come close to each other and sit on your heels. Feel the blood coming down from the head again. And put your fingertips behind your feet, behind your back, and open the chest, looking forward. The shoulders are away from the ears. And we feel the different stretch here, bringing the sternum forward and up. These are intense postures, so we come back now to table. And we take table proper. Arms are shoulder distance apart, both palms on the mat, and the knees are hip distance apart. And see that you have a realistic measure of your hips, because we tend to put the knees either closer or further away than the hip distance apart. From here, put the balls of the feet on the mat and push up with your tailbone to half dog. So the knees are bent, stomach in, and you have an opportunity here to straighten the arms, release the head, no tension in the shoulders. And your tailbone points toward the ceiling as much as possible. Now slowly bring the right foot forward and put your right knee in between the palms while sliding the left leg back. Pigeon pose. Palms next to that right knee. Chest up. And you're going to feel the stretch on the outer part of the right leg on the top. And then we start walking the palms forward for more sensation on pigeon pose. Find your edge as usual, the place where there is no pain, but you're not entirely comfortable. And find grace in that place so you can breathe and release. Let the body release here. If you can lower the arms further, go ahead and do that. If not, stay with the sensation that is right for your body today. Walk the palms back to bring them close to that right knee. And then bring that knee back to table pose. We take this neutral position before we move on to the other side. Check with the body, see how it's feeling while we are on all fours. And now we put the balls of the feet on the mat and push the tailbone up halfway, knees are bent. Half down dog. Stomach in, big stretch of the back. Root of the index fingers way into the mat, grounding. And now bring the left knee forward, all the way right behind and in between your palms. Right leg slides back. Pigeon pose on this side. Palms next to that left knee. And we face forward, chest open, face relaxed, jaw relaxing. And then we move, seeking more sensations, over with the elbows forward. Find the place where your body can offer itself, can open, has a slight challenge without pain. And then breathe there through the nose. And if you can go slightly forward, further, then do that. And if you can place your forehead on the floor, you can do that too. Very good. Now walk the palms back next to that left knee. Good. And bring the left knee back to table pose so that we can come to a neutral place. All fours, knees hip distance apart, arms shoulder distance apart, full palm on both palms on the floor. And we're going to come onto a seated position, so just move your legs forward, seated posture. And we're going to grab, if you have a bolster, that's wonderful. If you don't, I highly recommend you get one. I put one in the description because they are wonderful for a lot of postures. If you don't, you can grab some blankets and put them on top of the other, so you have about 3 inches of thickness. And then we're going to put it in the middle of the mat. And we are going to bring our lower back to the edge. Then we're going to put the legs in cowboy pose, so the knees are open, spread to the side, feet together. If this is too much sensation, straighten them at first and then move them. But if you can get to here, then the hips will release more. And we're going to walk the palms next to the bolster to move the spine all the way down onto it. The curvature is at the lumbar spine. And then find a way to relax your back here and open up. We're giving the spine a chance to stretch and the heart a chance to open, facilitating a meditative state by staying in the posture. Sigh here, long inhale and long exhale through the nose. Feel the release and the stretch. If you like the video after we finish, remember to like it and subscribe so we can keep on doing these practices that are awesome for the body and the mind and the spirit. Very slowly now, put your knees back together if they weren't, and roll over to the left or the right so that you can remove the bolster. Be very careful with the spine here. See how it's feeling, and remove the bolster to your right. So we can lay down face up in Savasana now and reap the benefits of this meditative practice. So lay down, open the knees, arms to the side, palms facing up. And we're going to put the focus of the relaxation in the area of the head today so that we can come to that third eye position right in the middle of the brain, not so much in the forehead, but if you could find a spot that is at the very center, at the nucleus of your brain. We're going to work on releasing that and opening our intuition through a meditative state. So relax your skull, your brain, all the glands in the brain. Even if you don't know which or where they are, just relax. Relax the eyes and the optic nerve. Relax the nose, the mouth. Relax the gums, the teeth, the tongue. The neck and the shoulders. And let go of all the thinking, let go of everything you think needs to happen. We can always go back to it after the practice. And stay here for as long as you can, relaxing. And when you're ready, roll over to your side and come on to seated. I hope you're enjoying these classes. Make sure to subscribe and hit like. And I will see you on our last class tomorrow or whenever you're doing it. Have a wonderful day.